So I want to make a really quick video that covers about 4 or 5 different sound design techniques that you can use in your own productions. Now, these techniques are being shown in the Moog Mariana plugin, but they can apply to pretty much any synth. They're quite universal in their application. So I want to discuss how I go about sound design, and the starting point really is coming up with a concept and choosing an area of the synth that is going to spark that creativity. So the first thing that springs to mind sometimes is like an LFO shape that I want to use to modulate something, or sample and hold, or it could be the unique design of that instrument. So for instance, the Moog Mariana has these 2 synth engines, and you could have synth engine 1 doing a particular sound, synth engine 2 doing another one, hard pan them left and right, and create some different alterations and have it move across the stereo field in different ways. So yeah, with that in mind, let's get stuck in and rip through these 4 or 5 different ideas. So the first concept we're going to look at is velocity assigned to different destinations. And the main focus behind this patch, called Strike, was I wanted this car plus strong type sound, which is like a short burst of noise or a sawtooth that's fed into a very short delay time. Now, when I was playing about with it, I thought a really cool thing to do would be assign the velocity to that delay time. So light presses on the keyboard, you have this real short, snappy, zappy sound, and harder presses on the keyboard would lengthen that delay time and give you this scattering effect. Let's hear it quickly. So as you can see, it's here, the velocity is assigned to this delay time, and it's also assigned to things such as the cutoff filter and the decay time of the filter envelope, giving it even more snappy character when it's on a lighter velocity. Onto another patch that features velocity, and it's a favorite way of assigning velocity that I like to do, is velocity to LFO rates. So once you've got your patch set up where you've got some movement from your LFOs, assign that LFO rate to the velocity and you can get this very playable sound. And you can see low velocities slow down the rate, fast velocity is increasing the rate. Right, the next quick one is adding noise as a modulation source. This can impart some sort of vintage analog, sort of broken synth flavor to your patches. Just having small amounts of it assigned to different things, such as the volume of the oscillators, the tuning of the oscillators, or even noise to the filter, can give you some very crusty, like vintage, old, broken equipment sort of vibe. So on this one, you can see it going crazy here. We've got some assigned to the level of oscillator 1, oscillator 2, the phase of all things down in the sub oscillator, the cutoff of both filters, and this is just on one synth, so just this synth 1 is active. And I will play it and then I'll switch off all of the assignments of the noise, and you'll see how it sort of loses that character. Pretty cool, isn't it? I mean, the biggest change here is when the subphase is introduced on the noise. It just adds that extra bit of movement and dirtiness. Let's have a listen with it on and off again. Really grunges it up. And on a lead, let's have a listen. Also assigned it on one of these here, Krusty, this one. So this is affecting the duty cycle of the square or the pulse, and also affecting the oscillator to detune, so you get a slightly different character. Let's turn it off. On to the next. So the Moog Mariana is quite unique in its design. You have these two different synth engines, and it's quite cool to copy the same patch onto the second engine and then slightly tweak it, maybe like detune the oscillator slightly, and then pan synth engine 1 to one side, synth engine 2 to the other side, and you get these huge sounding leads and basses. Here's an example. So this lead, I've got just synth engine 1 active now. Sounds pretty good, but if you have a copy of it and then detune the oscillator slightly, and then hard pan 1 left, hard pan, or almost hard pan it, let's listen to the difference it will make. Pretty massive. Another quick tip with limitations of the instrument is this duo mode that they've got here. So if we go to one of these patches I did, it's called Sides, and in this patch we have duophonic mode enabled, and it's in the alternating option of these modes. So alternating being it'll alternate between synth engine 1 and synth engine 2, and what we can do is, again, like the last example, is hard pan or pan them differently left and right. So with each press on the keyboard, it's going to bounce from left speaker to right speaker. It's a way of recreating that sort of pan spread that's on the Prophet 6 hardware. I love opening that up, and then you get that bouncing from left to right with each different key press. So the last example is, again, reaching into limitations of the instrument. It's not polyphonic, it's duophonic, but it's a quirky way of implementing the duophonic. So with pads, especially when you want to be playing a chord, you can't do it, obviously, or you can only do a 2-note chord. So we can get around this by tuning the oscillators, because we have 6 oscillators at our disposal. Not all of them can be tuned differently, but by using the 2 different engines, we can make a somewhat makeshift chord. And I've done this in one of these pads here, and I've got the frequency analyzer open so you can see how we can bring up the level of each of these oscillators to fit a certain chord. So as I play one note, so I'll just play a D sharp, you'll see on the frequency analyzer how I can dial in each individual note with the amount of each oscillator here. Okay, that's it for today. It was a quick one, I know. I hope you found some interesting sound design techniques in there. Let me know in the comments below, and also in the comments below, let me know some of your favorite sound design techniques as well. I'd love to check some of those out. If you're looking for more ideas, please check out our Moog Mariana preset library. It's called Marina and it's on audiotent.com right now. Yep, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.